it's going to be the biggest show in the UK next month. I don't know if you're aware of this. AEW are coming to Wembley Stadium.
I heard that.
Nearly 80,000 tickets sold, considering the company.
Wow.
The company's only been going since 2019, Jim. Very much in its infancy, but obviously the Khans, they've been around sport. They get the entertainment side, don't they? They've got the TV deals, obviously, with TNT over there as well. What do you reckon to that the UK shows nearly sold out and they're only 4 years old as a company?
Well, first of all, you got that Mr. Khan, who's probably worth 3 times as much as Vince McMahon, so money's not an object. And they have nice talent there, and I know the bald-headed manager. I can't think of his name right now. That guy.
Don Callis.
Don Callis.
Don Callis.
Yes, he was. A matter of fact, I wrestled him in Winnipeg out on a parking lot of a big grocery store, one of my last matches. And he wanted to learn so bad. And he was very good. And he's done excellent as far as being a manager. And, I remember him as a good looking kid. He had nice hair and everything. Now I see him and he's bald headed and but he's got a good gig and so I think that the AEW is going to, they have a definite audience, and I think, the fact that they've sold 80,000 tickets there, more power to them, and hopefully it'll be a great night for wrestling.
Sorry, you go first.
What's the date of it? It's coming up, isn't it?
Sunday, August 27th, which is a bank holiday here in the UK, so it's on the Sunday. They're obviously doing stuff on the Saturday, conventions and stuff like that. I can't get that. I'd love to go on the Saturday, but my line of work, I just can't have Saturday, Sunday off bank holiday. But I'll be there. Yeah. I'll be there for Sunday on the show because I was at Summerslam 92. I was at the last big show there. My dad took me. I was 6 years of age, so I was like, I've got to go to this because it's the biggest show since 1992 on these shores, Jim.
Wow. It'll be big.
It's not just the Brits, you know what I mean? The French are going to come over, the Germans, the Dutch. I got poo-pooed. Some Americans, not all Americans, it won't sell more than 40, 50,000. And I told them it'll be close to a sellout. I told them this. They weren't having it. We're a different beast over here, I think, in terms of that. You've still got the staunch fan base in the UK, Jim.
Oh yeah, I agree. And Europe, I mean, this is still a growing novelty for them because they've had the WW, F or WWE, and then they've had different, German wrestling and European wrestling and British wrestling, but they haven't had, the big AEW, I mean, good for them. And I hope it's a great show. I'll be anxious to see, I know that, they'll probably have a real nice show. And I'm trying to think who was the main event. I can't remember. They must have.
They have. Do you know what? This is weird. It's funny you should say this because it's very current with it. They haven't announced any matches.
Okay.
I heard it could be Kenny Omega versus Will Ospreay for the third time, which would be a brilliant. They've said it could be John Moxley and Omega because obviously the two factions were going at it. Me personally, I'd give it to Will Ospreay because he's British and have him and Kenny.
Sure.
But it doesn't necessarily align with the storylines at the moment because they've come away from the second match. It's interesting. It gets you talking, doesn't it?
Well, I would think that if they have a British wrestler, they better put him there on the main event because that's going to add to the draw. There's no question about it. And that's a hands down deal for me. Even if it's a semi main event or a double main event, it's well worth it.
But their second bout at the pay-per-view at Double or Nothing in Vegas. Oh no, is it Forbidden Door? Sorry, when they got New Japan in. It's for me personally match of the year. The 40 minutes didn't feel like 40 minutes, Jim.
That's great.
It flew by.
40 minutes is a long time now for these matches because I've I very seldom have heard, I've never seen the matches, but I never have heard a match going over 30 minutes in the WWE or the AEW. I mean, they might go 30 maybe, but I remember, and they, the AWA used to have 60-minute matches, and Vince didn't like that. He wanted to get as much bang for his the dollar. So he thought, geez, an hour-long match, I can get 4 matches in there, and I can, sell 8 different favorable, stars their paraphernalia. So, but I'll be curious to see how it does, Stu, and I hope everybody has a good time.
Oh, it's going to be incredible. You know what? We're crazy. The Brits, we're crazy over here. I'll tell you now. There'll be a lot of drinking. There'll be a lot of alcohol down in London. I've not been down to London in years either. So it's going to be one of them, man. It's just, you have